So exponentials is talking about indices, so squares, cubes, and various other powers. Some of them are really easy to solve. We know that if we're given an equation x squared is equal to 25, that we need to take the square root of 25 because the square root is the opposite of squaring. So some of them are really straightforward, but for the others, they're not things that we can just do in one step like that or in our heads, and we need to use some other methods. And for that, we use the idea that if the base numbers of two things are equal, then the indices have to be equal, otherwise the two sides of the equation aren't going to be the same. So looking at our first example, 4n cubed is equal to 500, you solve it like you would any other equation. So you're going to divide through by 4. So n cubed is equal to 125. And then the opposite of cubing is the cube root. So you're going to take the cube root of 125 to find out that n is equal to 5. And that's one that you can substitute back in and check. So 4 times 5 cubed into your calculator, it should get you 500. Now the next one, x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 9. So it's a little bit complicated. You've got two different things happening here. X is being squared, and then the power of a third is also meaning the cube root. So one of the easiest ways to approach this is to say, well, x to the power of 2 over 3. Well, if I raise that to the power of 3 over 2, I have to do the same to the other side, otherwise they're not going to be equal. But once I do that to both sides, this 2 over 3 and 3 over 2 cancel each other out and just leave me with x. So x is equal to the power of n to 3 over 2. So the 3 over 2, well, the half makes it the square root. So it's the square root of 9 all cubed, and the square root of 9 we know is 3. So it's equal to 3 cubed, which is 27. Okay, so the next one, 2 to the power of n is equal to 128. Now this will happen often. It'll be a power, and personally I can't tell you off the top of my head how many 2's I need to multiply together to get 128. But guess and check will get you there, guys. You should come out to be 2 to the power of 7 is equal to 128. So therefore n is equal to 7. The next one is something similar. We need to know 3 to what power equals 27. Well, I know that 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 27 because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So what that means is that 2a plus 1 must be equal to 3. Once you know that, it's a really easy equation to solve. Don't just stop at 2a plus 1 is equal to 3. You're finding the value of a. So a is equal to 1. Now, these ones are slightly more difficult. There is no direct number that I can raise 9 to the power of to get to 27. As soon as I square 9, I'm at 81 and it's too big. So what I need to do is then look at these two numbers, 9 and 27, and hopefully by now we realize that they're both powers of 3. And I can write them with a base number of 3. So 9 is 3 squared. So what this is equal to is 3 squared all to the power of x, and 27 is 3 cubed. So once I write them both with the same base number, it's really easy. Well, 2x is equal to 3, so x is equal to 3 on 2. Now, at the moment that can all seem pretty overwhelming, but what you'll find as you practice it, it starts to become second nature because you start to become familiar with what 2 to the power or 3 to the power or 4 to the power is equal to. You start learning what you should be looking for. So this really is one where practice is what's going to help you. So it is a fairly long exercise, but until you are comfortable with each of the concepts, and you'll see that each question treats a different concept. So don't just do 1 or 2 from each and think that's going to be enough, okay? Do them until you can do them easily. Good luck, and I'll see you in class.